We always have those times where we just don't necessarily want to do something. And with me, sometimes that's when I'm either swimming or studying. So recently, I was trying to force myself to study a lot. And that's because I had big exams coming up that are quite important. And those are A levels. If you're in the UK, you'll know how important those are. And I really was struggling trying to revise and get in the hours because I knew I was behind. Same thing goes for swimming. And for those of you who don't know, I take swimming quite seriously and I'm a competitive swimmer. But sometimes I do get that feeling that I just don't want to go I just don't want to do a training session. I don't want to go to for example, gym session. And most of the time, I tell myself, oh, it's because I'm tired and it's worth a rest. And fair enough, sometimes I am. But majority of the time, it's me feeling like I don't want to do something. And that is something that you need to avoid and make sure that you combat and ensure that you push through it and keep going to that training session. Another example could be eating unhealthy food. I've been craving a Burger King or McDonald's or anything going out recently, but every single time I get that thought, I try and just push it back, ignore it, and keep doing what I'm doing, staying healthy and eating because I know I've got a big competition coming up soon. So, this all links into one sort of topic, and that is delayed gratification. This is an example of something that you need to do now in order to see improvements later on. So, most basic example, going to the gym today will help you build a better physique in the future. So you know that your future self will be more happy and grateful for the fact that you right now put in the time and effort to get that done. That's important in this context because you know that right now, if you don't take that training session, you're letting everyone else get one day ahead of you. And that can add up after a while, which is why people, especially me, realize that that one session could be the difference between a gold and a silver in a race or a grade at school. So now, what is the thing that we want to avoid? That is going to be called instant gratification. That is things that you can do right now that are really fun and are very easy to do that hinder you and stop you from actually progressing and moving to your goals. Simplest example, video games. Video games are so fun, and I'm a culprit. If all the boys hop on to play something together, especially now that I'm on school break, if they're all telling me to hop on, gee, I will. You know, like it's sometimes fun to have that whole social aspect of it. But in general, it is a waste of time, especially if you're that goblin that plays by yourself and just grinds out a game that just is levels on a screen. It's literally you're grinding for pixels. So so you might disagree with me there, but it doesn't matter, right? It's still there's no dispute about it. It will literally stop you from achieving the goals that you want to achieve, or it will at least slow you down at the minimum. I also wanted to mention that tiredness or mental fatigue is temporary. You will get better after a sleep. Most of that tiredness will go away after you have a full 8 hours night of sleep, or even if you don't, most of the time it'll still be okay. So that excuse of being just tired mentally and just wanting to lay down and scroll, for example, that's just not really a real form of tiredness. You should just be able to push through that. And I know it's going to be difficult, but I'm pretty sure everyone watching this could relate saying that they can push through tiredness if they had the willpower for it. It's the same thing as coming back from a hard gym, or not from a hard gym session, but coming back from a normal gym session or a training session in any sport, and you're thinking about it and you're going, all right, I could have probably pushed that little bit harder. I probably could have gone an extra rep on that bench press. I probably could have made an extra 100 meters in swimming during that lactate set. Next sort of tip I want to give you is thinking about what else would you be doing instead of training. So let's say you wanted to miss a training session. You wanted to miss one, I don't know, because for example you were tired, right? That's the most common excuse. It's the one I can think of quickest. What would you be doing at home or wherever you're going in that situation? Take a good think about it, because the most likely answer is that you won't be doing much. Think about it. You probably know yourself that, oh, you might want to have a plan, oh, you need to go somewhere to grab something, but realistically you're probably going to end up wasting that time. And that mindset has really helped me just not skip training sessions. And it's really powerful knowing that I probably won't be doing anything with my life anyway if I don't go to this training session. Like, realistically, if you're doing a sport and you want to get better at it, you should be going training. If you're going gym and you want to build a better body, you should be going to the gym. If you want to study and get better grades, realistically, you're gonna have to study. You're just avoiding the whole difficulty of the task, and that won't get you closer to your goals. So now, when you actually start doing these things, it will become easier for you. Doing the harder things will actually get quite fun at a point if you just keep going at it. I found studying fun by the time I finished school. I thought the grind was great. I think staying up late, obviously it's not the best thing, don't take the example from me, but if you can balance it, balance it. But for me, I was staying up late with friends, grinding away at tough content in maths, and I was making sure that I was putting in the hours, and having someone else there to be accountable for you is also a great thing, because as soon as we sent the text to each other, or I sent the text to my mate for us to start revising, it happened. As soon as that happened, like as soon as you actually have that communication, you're much more likely to make sure that you actually do the task. That's another tip. Always have someone with you that can keep you accountable. Same thing goes for training or gym. Having a gym partner is great. Like, it's probably better than not having one. But either way, you can still develop the skill of willpower and go to the gym anyway. But I'm just saying, for accountability's sake, people at my club always motivate me to go and train as well, especially if I'm not feeling like it, or if I'm struggling during a set. I know that I can rely on my boys to get me going and push me on. Now that you've learned and heard these things that you needed to hear, you can implement this, and as soon as you start doing that, I promise you will see better results in everything you put your mind to. It's realistically not that hard to get good at something if you put in the hours, and you put in the hours doing the correct thing. I'm now confident that I will do well at my next swimming competition. I'm confident that I'm going to do well on my results day when I get back my results for college. So that level of confidence has taken all the pressure off me now. I know some people are stressing for results day, but I'm really not that stressed. I feel like I'm gonna achieve my goals because I know I put in the effort, and I know for a fact that I put in more effort than 99% of people would in the last 3 months of my exams. And same thing will go to any other task I put my mind to. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. It'll help me out and it'll motivate me to keep posting useful content like this. It's a win-win for the both of us. Alright, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.